You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith Johnson.
The AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AfterBuzz TV's America's Next Top Model After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's America's Next Top Model After Show.
Hi everyone, Bing is for doing. We are doing another episode of America's Next Top Model. This is Cycle 20, Episode 9, and this is the girl whose walkie's too good. So to get into the episode, it's a crazy episode. We have so many turns and twists and a very big secret, well, not so much as a secret, but one of the contestants will be coming back at the end of the show. So to get into it, this episode opens up with the remaining of the contestants. They're discussing Gianna's elimination. And of course, they start talking about Jordan and how her picture is so good. She's already won Best Picture, Top 10, Top First 3 times. And the contestants continue to talk about it, and we walk into the house, and of course, Jordan's picture is again on the wall. So, you know, Jordan is feeling too good. On the other hand, Marvin is still starving Marvin. So, Jordan chooses Renee to go into the Tyra suite with her. And I was a little disappointed in Jordan just because I really thought she was changing. She felt, I really took her apology sincerely, but she makes a comment that's just doesn't sit so well with me. She says, you know, Renee is doing good, she's climbing up the ranks, and that she wants to there's a saying that says, you know, keep your friends closer, but your enemies even more close. So she chooses Renee to go into the Tyra suite with her. And Renee, being who she is, decides to open up to Jordan that she has a crush on Marvin. Bad idea, guys. So, I mean, I don't really know how this whole thing works, but to me it seems like Marvin has liked every single girl that has been on the show. He jumps from one girl to another, from one week to another. Marvin, really choose a girl and stick with her. How about that? So the following day, the contestants meet Rob and special guest Alexis from the Next Model Management, and they reveal that their challenge has to book a maximum of two photos, which they're going to walk the runway at Fashion Week. They all had a chance to compete for a place for designer Polly Gibson, and the girls competed for a place with XCVI, while the guys went to see Civil Society. So overall, Chris, Dawn, and Phil, and Renee booked the maximum 2 shows. Corey and Nina only booked 1. And last but not least, Jordan and Marvin did not book any. So I'm actually not sure why the judges would tell Jordan that her walk was too good if they didn't have any interest in booking her for the runway. Jordan is a great, amazing model, but her personality didn't come to life. She just seemed like just another model walking the runway. But the judges really want to see someone who's going to bring their clothes to life. So I agree with them for not picking her, but at the same time, I don't understand why you would give a compliment, which to Jordan it seemed like it was a compliment, but not pick her. So to go into the pictures with the models walking the runway, they did an amazing job. Don is rocking the civil society. I mean, he owned the runway. He was walking like he was a fashion star, which he is. So it came all naturally to him. And then we have Nina. Nina, I think she did amazing in this runway. She has this cute girl personality, which was perfect for the clothes she was wearing, even though it's primarily a man's line. She completely rocked it as well. And then we have Chris. Chris, I wasn't so fond of the fur around him. I think the outfit was a little bit too extreme, but, you know, he brought it to the runway. He had the fierce eyes. He was rocking it. He owned it. And then we have Renee, my favorite. Renee looks amazing. She walked the runway like she has been doing this for years. And then to see the actual designer come and give Renee a hug on stage, that was a pretty big deal. So I can imagine how Jordan is probably feeling at this moment. Nerves are getting to her. She didn't book any of the runways. Renee won 2, and she won the challenge. So it's going to be a pretty interesting next couple of weeks seeing Renee and Jordan. You know, they are at the top 2. They are competing for the same spot. So it's going to be really interesting to see if they stay friends or we're going to see more drama coming between them. So overall, once again, you know, Chris, Dom, Phil, and Renee booked the 2 shows. Corey and Nina only booked 1. And Marvin and Jordan did not book any. And the models then performed their runway shows, and Renee wins the challenge. And then she gets the clothes, of course, from all of the designers, which when the cast comes home, they're laying on the couch. How amazing is that, to get all of the clothes for you to wear, all of them, perfect. And even though the judges like Nina's attitude a lot because she's fun and she's nice, I don't know why she didn't book two of the contests. But I'm guessing it was because they only had 1 spot for 1 girl. But I think Nina did an amazing job as well. Her personality is so cute, so fun, and lively. It comes out in all her pictures and in the runway as well. And even though, once again, Jordan is a great model, I just really think she needs to have a little bit more personality coming out in her pictures, even in her runway. Because nowadays, I think the judging scale has tipped a little bit in favor of the audience and in favor of the fans, which is why we see them including social media scores in the way they do the judging. Because nowadays, fans are who keeps you on stage, who gets you paid. So you have to impress your fans. And if you can't relate to your fans, if you don't even know what goth means, it's going to be a little bit difficult to try to get a fan base to have people follow you, because there's no personality. So Jordan, please have some more personality coming out in your photos and in your runway. And so 2 of the models get overly confident but end up booking no runway show. Nina and Renee took a lot of pleasure in Jordan's not winning any shows, which was sad, but I'm sure they were tired of seeing Jordan be on the top, having Jordan have the best photo 3 times in a row. I said it last week. I said, I'm getting a little bit tired seeing Jordan. We want to see some new, fresh faces, win the best photo of the week. And even though last week I thought Renee did an amazing job in the photo shoot, her picture didn't win Best Photo. Of course, Jordan's did. So I was really, really glad to see Renee stepping it up and delivering it today in this week's episode and really getting the challenge and booking it. And finally, Renee wins the photo shoot. Wins the challenge. And back at home, Phil expresses a concern after receiving 8 points for the challenge. This completely throws Marvin off because he has a 6. He's on the bottom too. Him and Jordan both have a 6, and Phil is complaining that he has an 8. So, there is some tension in the house, even though they're friends. At the end of the day, this is still a challenge. People still need to watch what they do, what they say, and, sometimes who they talk to, because at the end of the day, that could be used against you. So, Phil, an 8 is a good for what you deserve, especially after taking off the jacket and dragging it on the floor all the way across the runway. That's something that you don't do. That's very, very, very disrespectful to the designer to have their clothes dragged onto the floor. So I'm not sure. I think Phil deserved more of a 7, maybe even a 6, because he just didn't deliver for me. His walk was too sloppy. The way he was carrying the clothes, not professional at all. And we have been waiting for this moment, I think forever, to see who Marvin is going to end up with. We've been asking all of our special guests on the show if anyone hooks up with anyone on the show in the house. No one's given us any clues. But in this episode, we see Renee getting in bed with Marvin. I wonder if that's a really good idea, Renee. But they do. Marvin wanted to cuddle with someone. Renee was right there to comfort him, with that lousy 6. So I guess it works out for both of them. And then Marvin reveals a pattern, which I personally haven't really noticed until he brought it up. But he said every girl that he falls in love with or he likes ends up being sent home the following week. He shows a pattern with Alex, Gianna, and now he's scared for Jordan. But from what I can remember, I really don't think that he had a crush on Alex or Gianna. I think at least for the past 2 episodes, I've been seeing Marvin have a crush on Renee, which he can't really have her. So I don't know if Marvin is just trying to make himself look good, to show that he just didn't have a chance because they were sent home, or I don't know what it is. But Renee, please keep your head into the competition. Stay away from Marvin. It will come back to bite you later on. And so the following day, the models arrive at Canyon Ranch. Using the fields as the models must pose horizontally in the grass to make a magical couture while being photographed from above. This is really challenging because you have to be very self-conscious of every single move you make, because you're laying down on the grass, you're not standing up. Any slight move with your arms, with your legs, with your neck can come out a little bit different than you standing up doing the same pose. So the models have to be really self-conscious of how they move their body and how they use their hands, face, and even their eyes, because I could imagine sunlight hitting their eyes. There's so many different factors playing into it versus you just standing up. But before we get into that, Renee's bad decision gets her distracted during the photo shoot because she's concentrating more on Marvin versus her photo shoot. She even tells Corey, and Corey seems surprised because out of all the people, he just never expected Renee to be the one falling for Marvin, especially ending up in his bed cuddling with him. But more than the part that made me upset from the whole thing was Jordan being immature. I don't know if you guys saw this or didn't see this, but Jordan decides to take a frog, actually chase a frog, catch it, and decides to throw the frog at Renee. Lands in her dress. To me, that's just being a sore loser because Renee won the previous challenge. Jordan didn't book any of the shows. And it sucks because none of the girls or guys have done that to Jordan. So you've won your best photos. They've let you have your fame. They've let you, be happy with it. But to throw a frog at someone, especially when they're about to go do a photo shoot, you don't even know if they might have, they're scared of frogs, whatever it may be, but it throws someone's energy completely off. So not a good idea. But we want all of our audience and our fans to call in, let us know what you think. Let us know if Jordan did the right thing by distracting Renee, or was she just being mean? And while you guys are at it, make sure you guys go download Serial Buddies. It's on DVD now. You could purchase it, but you can also download it for $4.99 or buy it for $1 more, $5.99. It's completely hilarious. It's Dumb and Dumber meets Dexter. You guys will enjoy it a lot. And don't forget to go on iTunes. You guys download, rate, comment the podcast. We love hearing your theories and we love seeing your comments, talking about the models, about the drama going on in the house. So give us 5 stars. We definitely want to be back. So the photo shoot starts off with, the models laying on the grass. And we have Jordan over here, which she made a stupid comment. I don't even know if it's worth mentioning, but she decides to ask Renee if the books are actually real. Yeah, I don't know if they would be using fake books to photograph a really nice, good picture, but maybe they do and we just don't know. Jordan's picture is really good. Once again, she photographs really well. We have no doubt in that. But it just seems like she's giving the same face and the same look every single week. I'm not seeing anything different in her face, even her pose. I think it's a cute picture, but it doesn't have that wow factor for me to say that this is amazing. She's definitely self-conscious of her body and the way she poses and the way she obviously has her toes and her legs look really long, the way she has them. So she definitely knows how to pose and how to take good pictures. But do we really want to see that face constantly on the cover? And do we really want to see that face constantly winning #1 in all the photo shoots and all the challenges? I guess we'll have to wait and see until the finale. The next photo, we have Nina. I really, really, really like this picture. I think Nina delivered it. Her dress is amazing with her hair and her eyes. If you guys go look at this picture online, you could see more clearly in details what I'm talking about, but she definitely posed her body well. She has her legs on the side, and I think the blue really, it looks really good on her, so the picture looks amazing. The next photo, we have Don. Now, this week, Don was a little bit off in his game. He didn't really know how to concentrate. He was struggling a little bit. The photographer made a couple of comments that he couldn't get his face and his eyes to really deliver that look. And it's kind of a weird picture because I can't see where his right leg is. It's covered under the grass, so it seems like it's missing. His arms are a little bit too stretched out of the picture. I think he's had better photos, and hopefully he'll stick around and we'll be able to see those great photos come back again. And then we have Marvin. I don't know about you guys, but why does this photo creep me out? It's like the red hair, the weird smile, the all red, it's just not working for him. And I don't know why they chose to put him in red. It's just not working. I feel like he's a puppet that's missing from the magic show. And they found him in the grass taking a photo. I don't know what they did. I don't know what's going on. But if I was there, I would be creeped out by this guy. He has that smile and smirk on his face like he's going to get you and he's going to kill you. And his hand, I don't even know what he's doing with his hand. So he looks like one of those dolls that just escaped and has come to life. Oh boy. Marvin, step it up. Now, Chris. I think Chris did an amazing job in this photo. I haven't been a big fan of his eyes before, the way he poses and the way, you know, he has his eyes and it's so fierce, but I really, really think it works in this photo. And it's like one of the, you know, he looks like one of the actors from Twilight Zone. He completely rocked the photo shoot, and you know, I like that he has his body is in place. His legs aren't all over the place. His arms and hands aren't all over the place. And the clothes that they chose for him really works on him. And I'm glad to see they have chosen a different color for Chris, because the yellow really doesn't work for Chris. And the next photo we have.
Oh, 1 second.
So, you guys, we really want you guys to let us know on Twitter as well what you guys think about the photos. It is amazing for us to, you know, chat with you guys on Twitter. We go back and forth to get the feedback, and we love all the fans that tweet us for every single model that's on the show. And we just want to let you know that we really like all the models, and whoever wins, well, may the best one win. So we'll see. Corey's photo. I love his hair. I don't know about you guys, but I love his hair. And I like his wardrobe that they have. I'm not sure about his hand being in back of his head. But it's an okay picture for me. It's not the best one. And we have Renee. Renee, I love the dress. I loved her in this picture. I just feel like if her body wasn't so slanted, one leg over the other, I feel like if she was laying down doing more of, sad to say, but a Jordan pose, I think she would have been the best one in this photo shoot. Her body in this photo, I feel like it's crying out for help, like she's in some sort of a pain. So at least she won one challenge, right? And we finally have Phil, baby Jesus. Baby Jesus has grown up and come to life. I have no idea what Phil is doing in this picture, but his left hand looks like he's grabbing the grass. His right hand is just thrown somewhere on the grass. I'm not really liking the bottom part of his body. It seems like he's just laying there, like resting, waiting for someone. I don't know what he's doing. Phil, I feel really, really bad for Phil. And we finally have the last model. So I'm going to skip forward because I want you guys to take a look at this photo. the big secret, the big reveal in this episode is that one girl and one guy gets to come back from the eliminated contestants. So far, it is revealed that Alex gets to come back. So it was only fair for me to show you guys the photo that she did with the rest of the contestants. And her social media scores were the highest, so Alex got to come back. And I like this photo of Alex. I just think her body is good. I just think she needed to deliver a little bit more in her face, because we've seen Alex and in different photo shoots, and she does deliver that face where it's fierce, it's strong. Over here, it just seems too nice, too cute. Like, I'm just here. But we'll wait and see for next or future episodes how Alex does. So moving on at the judging panel. So it's judgment time. Well, before we go to the judging panel, back at the house, again, it becomes the battle of the sexes, where Renee feels like she has to defend herself, and the guys are really getting on Renee for making a statement and saying modeling is a girl's world. So it's only obvious that a female would win the contest or would win America's Next Top Model. The guys disagree with that, because they're saying, why would we have guys and girls this season if a girl was going to win? So the guys get really catty with Renee. Renee is defending herself the best that she can. And the guys make a good point that there's 5 guys left and only 3 girls. Well, guys, sorry to break it to you, but now we have 4 girls. Alex is back in the game and ready to go. So during the judging panel, Chris H., Corey, Nina, and Renee receive mainly strong feedback from the judges. Renee does well, but Kelly doesn't like her shot so much. I enjoyed it, but once again, if her body was twisted a little bit differently, it would have been way better than Jordan's picture. And the judges seemed concerned about Dawn's expression staying the same over and over again throughout the season. So can Dawn really bring it and deliver a new face? Hopefully he does. The judges also questioned Jordan and Marvin regarding their lack of show booking skills. And Jordan receives moderate feedback, which she starts crying and explaining that even though the judges, Polly Gibson, told her that her walk was too good, she really thought she was going to book the show, but she didn't. So she doesn't understand what went wrong, and it's explained to her that her personality doesn't come out in her face, in her walk, even though she's confident, she does a great runway walk. She's just plain and simple too boring for the judges, especially for someone to want to put their clothes on you to represent their brand. So Marvin receives a bad critic regarding his baby-like expression in his face, which I think is creepy baby look. But he still ends up with 2 8s. And I really don't know how the scoring makes any sense, because to me, Marvin didn't do a good job at all. But he ends up with 2 8s. Phil receives criticism after portraying a female-like face in his shots. I just think he looks like baby Jesus, plain and simple. And Chris ends up with 2 10s and a 9. The best photo of the week goes to Chris, with Nina following second, Renee third, and the bottom 2 being Phil and Marvin. And guess who's eliminated? Our prediction from last week came true. Phil is eliminated. And the biggest twist of this week the comeback series finally is here, and the eliminated model so far has been participating in all the photo shoots. So they have been taking all the photos that the contestants have been taking for a chance to come back on the show. So social media scores, the fans vote on the pictures, and the social media scores prove who gets to come back and who doesn't. Rejoining the competition is Alex, and we're excited to have Alex back because she was a really good model. I really liked her pictures. I just don't think she had enough chance to show her skills and her abilities. And I've said it so many times, but I feel like the scoring is not fair. She did have the highest social media score up until the day she left, so she had better pictures than some of the other people that were still on the show, especially Phil. But let's not get into that. So twist number 2 is a guy will be rejoining the show, which we don't get to see who it is. It's between Phil, Jeremy, and Mike. It will be revealed in the next week, and the winner, Alex for the girls, and we don't know who it is for the guys, will be joining the rest of the contestants to go to Bali to have a photo shoot there. So next week is going to be pretty interesting. You guys stay tuned for another week, another episode of America's Next Top Model. Thank you guys so much for joining me. My name is Emma, and you guys can find me on Instagram and Twitter at RealEmmaK.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.